Are we live? All right, it is Monday. It is 1 o'clock. We are live with the Monday message. Sorry for the late start. We had an issue with the texting service today, and we're getting all that ironed out. So all the texts all went out, but they didn't all go out. And I don't know. They tried to explain it to me, but I didn't understand what they were talking about. So we'll get it ironed out. We'll have more jumping on with us as we go. But we want to go ahead and get started because we have some great stuff to share with you guys today. Let's get right into it with the leaderboards. We'll look at all producers over 1,000 for the week last week. We'll start with Ida Bustillos, Thomas Payne, Zachary Mitchell, Brandon and Ashley Burge, Sean Cuff, Jonathan Diedrich, Hannah Rosenfelder, David Fleming, Mike Guerra, Gary Phillips, Evan Pastor, Austin Peter, Ryan and Camille Lewis. I'm telling you, Ryan Lewis, they're going to be big. They're going to be big. I'm telling you, talking to sharp people that they're bringing to the table. That's the way to build this thing, is through the network. That is how you find the sharpest people. Way to go, Ryan. Melanie Luong, $3,919.80. And Mark Hutchison with $4,181.28. Let's go to our top five for the week that was. We got Jennifer Midgley, another one of those new people coming on, ripping and roaring, $5,112.96. Nick Grego, $5,672.16. Mimi Ramiro, $7,500.48. I had $7,666.56. And number one for the week, continuing the tear that he is on, Jeremico Edwards, $18,309 across 15 applications. Way to go, brother. That is awesome. That is killing it, man. Jeremico, you keep rocking, brother. Keep leading. All right, let's look at top five paychecks for the week that was. Look at Brandon and Ashley Beal depositing last week between Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, $3,018.29. Nick Greco deposited $3,053.02. Mimi Ramiro deposited $3,875.36. Look at Hutch, $7,508.63 deposited last week. And number one, part of Brandon and Ashley Beal's team. I know Brandon is so proud of this guy. I'm proud of this guy. He's just coming on, tearing it up. Antoine Johnson, $10,475.58 deposited last week alone in his account. That is awesome. Way to go, Antoine. That is awesome. All right, let's look at month-to-date issue paid. Look at our top 10 month-to-date issue paid. These numbers are through last Wednesday's issue paid. You got Sean Cuff, new agent in the top 10. New agent and in the top 10. I love it. Rogers and Kim Straughter in the 9th spot. Jennifer Midgley. Another, can you see these new folks moving into the top 10? That gets me so excited. I hope that gets you excited too. It gets me so excited seeing these new names moving on up. Way to go, Jennifer. Jeremico Edwards sitting in the 7th spot. That big summit week, when that all comes through, he's going to make some moves there. Look, another new person. I'm telling you, it's new people are just moving up like crazy. Ryan and Camille Lewis in the 6th spot. Noel Wilson in the 5th spot at $10,596.41. Hutch sitting at number 4 with $13,206.09. Adam and Cindy Burge, $18,225.27. And he is continuing to dominate in annuities. Dominate. He's got some big ones coming down the pike, man. I'm so excited for them. Antoine Johnson, another new agent. Let's go back. Antoine Johnson, another new agent, $26,759.61 issue paid through last Wednesday. And David Townsend, Mr. T, $43,361.30 issue paid through the month so far. God, that's exciting. Look at all the newer names. I love it. Shake up in the makeup gets me excited. All right. Let's look at our next leaderboard. Year to date, you see where we're after the last week added. Here's where we're at year to date. Mr. Townsend moving into the top 10. Mike Guerra at number 9. Sabrina Floyd at number 8. You got Patzer sitting at number 7. Greco sitting at number 6. I'm moving to number 5 spot. Jeremico Edwards, look at that, $180,804.14. Way to go, brother. Adam and Cindy Burge over $210,729.29. Mr. Hutchison, $235,861.61. And number 1, look at how tight it's getting there. Hutch is about to make a run. Rachel, I'll just tell you, it's so exciting to see these things. I always love this part of the year as things start moving around. But number 1 year to date so far, Rachel Midtune, $236,459.78. Rachel and Adam, I appreciate you guys helping with the call last week while I was in California with the CFG crew. I'm excited to talk about that in a minute too. All right, let's look at our next leaderboard here. All right, the Freedom Leaderboard, the Recruiting Leaderboard. Look at all the fast tracks last week, all with one direct fast track. Jackie Pollock, David Stelzner, Sam Howard, Billy Nemeth, Eric Calvert, Blake Larison, Mervyn Pierre, Irma J. Moss Bryant, all with one direct. Look with 2 direct. You got Monica Sanders, Dante Wilson, 3 direct. The Base Shop here and Evan Patzer, 4 direct. Noel Wilson and Keith Brown, 6 direct. Brandon and Ashley Beals. Brandon continues to dominate in recruiting. You're killing it, brother. That is so awesome. I'm so proud of what everybody's doing this year. With direct contracts like week, you got Mimi Ramiro with 1, Earl Harden with 1, Mayra Maris with 1, Rachel Midtune, Eric Calvert, Ryan and Camille Lewis, Sam Howard, and the Base Shop, all with 1 direct contract. With 2 direct contracts, you got Brandon and Ashley Beal and Keith Brown. Number 1 in direct contracts last week, Mr. Noel Wilson with 3. Way to go, Noel. That is awesome. All right, I think that's it. All right, let's get right into the call. So I was in California last week with the CFG executives, and let me tell you something. I am so excited about the future with CFG. I'm telling you what, having been in this now over 22 years, most of the time, I don't mean this in any other kind of way than it is what it is. Most of the time when you meet with carriers, you get a somewhat open door. Does that make sense? Like they're willing to listen, but we're not sure how much. Let me tell you something. CFG, they flew us out of California. They put us up in style. Everything Todd Swinson touches is just classy. You know what I'm saying? Just classy. And they just said, we had a meeting. They said, tell us what you want. Tell us what you need. They've got lofty sales goals. Their new parent company's got lofty sales goals. And they just said, tell us what you want. Tell us what you need. And then they just took out their pens and pads and started writing. I was somewhat baffled. I was like, I've never seen this at a carrier meeting before. They're just like, open book. What can we do for you guys? And then I just started writing. I never making notes like crazy. Holly's like, you see how many notes are making like that? They're serious. So I am so excited about the future with CFG. So I want to get Todd Swinson on today to talk for a little bit about what he sees with CFG, what he's seeing with us, what he's excited about, and what they're about to bring to the table. Todd, man, I appreciate you so much. It's a partnership. It's a friendship. And like I said, man, everything you do is just classy. I mean, that whole trip was just awesome. Holly and I thank you. We had so much fun. Great time building relationships and exciting business stuff. So Todd, talk to us for a little bit, brother.
Let's try that again. How about now?
Hear me all right? I can hear you now.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, cool. Well, listen, thank you so much for the opportunity to chat with you a little bit this morning. Stephen, and I presume Holly's there with you as well. I got to tell you, we loved the trip this past week. It was great, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate the two of you participating in that trip. On a side note here, just in case if you hear some racket from upstairs, we came back home to some water intrusion. we had a dishwasher that apparently blew up on us, so we've got hardwood flooring people upstairs working on doing some repair work. So my apologies if you hear some racket in the background. But let me start off by saying how much we really not only value our working relationship and friendship with the Alliance, but we really do feel like we're part of the family. And I mentioned that certainly last week when we were together. And just for the folks that are on the call here with us today, when Stephen says executives with the CFG that were part of this meeting, I want to make sure that it's understood that it was our CEO, Mike Fosbury, whom I know some of you have met, our Senior Vice President in charge of all of our administration and operations, Gene Clark, Rick Ralph, who you've probably met a couple of times. Rick and I work very closely in the marketing area. He's one of our Senior Vice Presidents as well. And, Stephen alluded to this, and we've been talking about this candidly for the past year or so about this new parent company that's well underway. And that company is called Constellation. And Constellation will be the new parent company. Two things I wanted to say about that. Number one, we will remain in simplified issue product lines for the most part. Everything from going from submission to commission as rapidly and as efficiently as we possibly can. But the other component that is really exciting about, candidly, organic growth with a company is we're going to have a ton of capital infusion that will be put into the company. And what capital infusion is basically money to continue to enhance our technology, to continue to build and grow not only new products, but also existing products, putting them in a better light, whether it be the benefits and features, just different things that would tie towards really having even more of a competitive product line and program. Final expense, simplified issue term will continue to be flagship products for us. But at the same token, as Stephen alluded to, we're really open to new ideas in terms of other product lines that candidly will earn us more of the market share with the Alliance. So those are things that are already well underway. We had a very productive meeting in California with some of the leadership team from the Alliance. And Stephen's not exaggerating. When we asked a question or two, we were all on the CFG side taking copious notes. And candidly, we learned, as we always have, from the field in terms of how do we improve existing programs, how do we add new product lines to the existing portfolio. So we were really excited about it. We're excited about 2023 and going forward. Andy Albright and I have talked about some new contests that we're going to be running that I'm sure you're going to be hearing more about as we go forward as well. And we're going to have, the last thing I wanted to just mention, Stephen, real quickly, as I talked a little bit about when we were in California, we're going to have more of a field presence, certainly more so than what we have in the past. It's typically been myself, to some degree, Rick, Ralph. So we're going to be bringing on more team members that have experience in the lines of business that we actually do business in today. So we're from product to technology to staffing, you name it. We're going to be a much more proactive company. We've always had measured growth for the past 25 years that I've been with CFG, but we're going to be jumping in terms of growth leaps and bounds. To put it in perspective for you, we've got the really key objective with our simplified issue product lines, as an example, to basically triple in size within 5 years or less. So those are lofty objectives. We at CFG are really excited about it. And candidly, it's going to really offer opportunities for us to build and grow our marketing partnership with the Alliance. So, Stephen, those were really the comments that I had. Again, as always, appreciate the opportunity to get together with you. I'm happy to hang in here for just a few more minutes, and then my apologies, I'm going to have to sign off. So if there's anything else you want me to address, I'd be more than happy to at this stage.
That was perfect, Todd. That was perfect. And I appreciate you being on, man. I know you are crazy, crazy busy. I know that you've given us this time.
Like we all are.
It came at the expense of something else. So thank you. And thank you again for the trip. Holly and I had a wonderful time. You guys are incredible hosts. And it is so exciting to look at the future and look at those sales goals you guys got. And we want to be a big part in helping make that happen. So thank you, Todd. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
And hopefully your hardwood situation gets taken care of. We've had situations like that in the past. It's not only noisy, it's not only noisy, it's dusty, and it's just, but it'll be fixed. So thank you for joining us. Guys, one opportunity I want to point you guys to, we are going to do a live boot camp here at the office. November 19th. It's going to be sales training. It's going to be recruiting training. Todd Swinson will be there. So that will be an opportunity for you to get there, get in person, get to know him. I'm telling you, he's an incredible resource, an incredible partner to the Alliance. So I'm telling you, November 19th here at the office, we're going to send out all the information. We're going to do a boot camp ticket that's going to include all the food and everything. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, we used to do these all the time prior to COVID, and we are getting those rolling again because we got new people that we need to get up in training. We got folks that have been with us for a while that need a boost. This boot camp is going to be insanely exciting. We're going to use it to propel ourselves through the rest of the year, going into national convention. Everything points to national convention. So this information going to come out. Go ahead and put the date down in your calendar. We're going to start at 9 a.m. We're going to go all day. We're going to get in depth on the sales process, in depth on booking appointments, in depth on recruiting, and get into the mechanics of things. This will be the most content-heavy event we've done here at the office in the last few years because we used to do these all the time before COVID. We're bringing them back. We're so excited. And I can't wait for you to be here. Todd Swinson will be here. He's going to be listening. He's going to be asking questions. Great opportunity. And let me tell you, some of the things they got coming are exciting. Signature processes that are going to be so simple and so field friendly. Products. So much good stuff coming. As you can tell, I'm excited about it. But I also want to get, before I get to my content, I want to get Sabrina on. Sabrina was texting back and forth with Holly while we were in California. And she's like, we need to get the dial jam going again. And let's said, let's go. So she got the first one going again. So Sabrina, can you light us up for a little bit about the dial jam? Is Sabrina not with us? Sabrina dropped off. Okay. All right. We missed. So if she comes back on, just let me know. But anyways, we're going to do the dial jam. We're going to communicate that out. Mondays, her team's going to help lead it. Thursdays, her team's going to help lead it. Guys, it's just when you see people start moving together, that's when magic happens. All right, so here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about how to make any situation better. How to make any situation better. And I said I'd teach that through a simple formula. This formula is nothing new. I did not invent this. I don't know if anybody even knows who invented the formula or the letters. I know originally the first time I read it was about 20 years ago in a Jack Canfield book. I don't know where he got it from, but if you will just live by this formula, I'm telling you, this formula is the key to making the best out of any situation. Because here's what I know. You and me, as long as we're living and breathing, good stuff's going to happen. Bad stuff's going to happen. As long as you and I are living and breathing, some people are going to be nice to us and some people are going to be mean to us. As long as you and I are living and breathing, some situations are just going to seem to work themselves out incredibly, and some situations are going to be stressful. We can't stop that. But what we can do is choose how we respond. Here's the formula. It's very, very simple. Those of you that know me well, you know I live and die by this formula. It's E plus R equals O. What does that mean? It's the event plus your reaction is what equals the outcome. The event plus your reaction that equals the outcome. What part of this equation are we in complete control of? This part, our reaction. We're in complete control of that. I say that because when you look around the world today, people are freaking out about this, people are freaking out about that. But instead of being freaked out about the event, what we got to be is crazy focused on our reaction. So let's break this down. The event. The event is my appointment no-showed me. My reaction, I get upset, I get pissed off, I get ticked off, I get down, sit in my car and waller. So what's the outcome? I don't sell my next one because I messed up the outcome. We say, no, that person no-showed. They messed it up. No. That happened. That happened. We can't unhappen that. Does that make sense? We can't unhappen that. Now, there's things we can do to try and control that, right? We can lock them down good on the appointment to make sure they're there. It will teach a lot of good technique at the boot camp here at the office on that stuff. We can do stuff to help influence us, but that event still happened. So what's going to be our reaction? That is what's going to determine the outcome. Does that make sense? Let's think about it like this. A carrier does something goofy and screws up one of your policies and you lose the sale. Let me tell you how dumb this carrier is. Let me tell you how we're focused on the wrong thing. What happened, happened. What can we control? 100% we can control our response. That will make for a better outcome. We can't unhappen that. The carrier goofed it up. The carrier did something crazy that we didn't understand and we lost. We can't unhappen it. What we can do is change our reaction to get a different outcome. This keeps us from getting in negative cycles. Negative cycles called what? Spirals, right? Same thing applies in human relationships. This will help you in your relationship. If you just take charge of it and run with it, this will help you. Here's the event. The event is she said something that irritated me. She hurt my feelings. She left the milk out. She did this. He left his coffee cup here. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. The event. Reaction. Silent treatment. Outcome. Really crappy evening. Does that make sense? Same event. Oh, he dadgummit, he did it. He left the garbage out. Whatever. You know what? He's really busy. He's really stressed. He loves me dearly. He probably just screwed up, like I do sometimes. Better evening. Makes sense? Same thing in friendships. The event, when we spend our time there, we give up control of the situation. We become a slave to the situation instead of taking charge. You've heard me all throughout the year talk about how inspired I am by the Terrans. And that's a perfect example of that. Hardship, response. Does that make sense? Choosing that response. I'm so proud of this team. You think about when COVID happened, the world lost their mind. And we said, well, we're going to figure out how to sell on the phone. And we did. The world lost their mind to COVID, so we're going to figure out how to sell on the phone. We're also, well, you know what? We are essential, so we responded. Does that make sense? We didn't throw our hands up in the air and give up. We responded. That's why I'm so proud of this team. That's why I love this team so much. But this is the key. This is the key. This stuff's going to happen. We can only influence it. This we can 100% control. So don't let what you can only somewhat influence, and some things you can't influence at all. Don't let that control you. Control what we can control so that we can create a better outcome. So here's the homework. Here's the homework. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think up 5 things that drive you crazy. 5 things that irritate you. 5 things that just get you down. God, not again. Nah. Then I want you to start planning a better reaction. Start planning a better reaction. What you'll see when you look at this stuff, you'll see cycles that we get in. I'm just like you. I'm there with you, right? What we got to do is see it so we can fix it so that we can start creating a better outcome. But I'm telling you, this simple formula will help you make the best of any situation. whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in your business, whether it's with your time management, whether it's with your emotions, your emotional management. Emotional management is so huge. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. When so-and-so does so-and-so on a regular basis and it gets us all off track. You see what I'm saying? Like this will help us identify cycles where our reaction with just taking control and changing it will drastically improve this. Here's where I want you to get. Here's where I try to stay. Here's where me and you together, we got to do our best to stay here, right? Every time something negative happens, pause. What reaction will get a better outcome out of this situation? Every time something negative happens, pause. Okay. Can't get the toothpaste back in the toothpaste tube on that. What can I do? What reaction will get me closer to what I want? Sometimes these events will change the outcome. Does that make sense? Like we go back to the carrier, the underwriter, they screwed something up 8 ways Sunday. I lost the sale. We can't undo that. Does that make sense? But we can make the outcome better by making a choice. Here's what it's called. It's called controlled consciousness. That's where the highest performers live. They live in controlled consciousness. Sigmund Freud kind of breaks it down this way. It says it's either the superego or the id that controls people's reactions, meaning societal pressures or basic instinct. There's a different choice. It's called controlled consciousness, where I'm going to press pause, think it through. What reaction will make this better? When you can get there, what it is it's slowing down to speed up. We slow down here, we make a decision that alters this. Think about CFG. One of the reasons I respect them, right? They're of the many reasons I respect them. Their parent company is going to infuse, as he said, a ton of cash into CFG. With that, they're placing lofty sales expectations. They've got lofty goals that they need to hit. That's the event. What they could do is, well, Constellation, I can't believe they want us to grow that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, but they said, all right, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. So what's our reaction? Let's find out what exactly the field needs so that we can grow our simplified issue business. Now they're going to hit their goals. Does that make sense? So think about it. As you and I operate, as we move through our lives, these aren't going to stop coming. Like I said, some will be good. Some will be great. Some will be amazing. And some will be heartbreaking. Some can shake us at our core even. But this we can control. This we can control. So as that flow, as that stream keeps coming at us, as the events keep coming at us, what reaction will get a better outcome? That's what I'm going to do my best to go with. That's what I'm going to do my best to go with. I'm going to ask you to do your best to go with. What's the best reaction in this event to get us a better outcome? All right, Sabrina is on with us. Sabrina, this will be good. Light us up with some. She dropped off again. She must be traveling. All right. Just know boot camp coming up November 19th here at the office. It's going to be epic. We are going to have amazing training. We're going to have amazing content. I'm so excited about that. We're going to have Todd Swinson here with us. How many can you get to that boot camp? Because I'm going to tell you what, at the boot camp, not only are we going to get amazing content from top people, we're going to promote national convention like crazy. And that will get you a bigger crowd at national convention. Who can you get here? We'll help them get to national convention. We'll help them be successful along the way. No? Do what? 100 spots only. Gotcha. They're telling me that there are limited seats in our office. And that's because we got 4 walls. So you got 4 walls and you got an amount of chairs the fire marshal says you can have in there. So get some tickets. We're going to send all the information out on tickets. I'm so excited about this. We haven't had this at the office Oh man, we used to do these every month, and I'm so excited to get back in that flow. But there will be limited seats because we only got what we can get in. Makes sense. All right. So we got that coming up. We got Dial Jam on Mondays and Thursdays. We're gonna, once we get the texting situation fixed here with our text blast, we'll send all that info out. AMs and above, I'm gonna set up another WhatsApp chat for us so that we can communicate even faster on stuff. Guys, I am so excited coming out of the CFG trip, fired up, out of my mind. I know we got great things coming. I know we're gonna respond even better. And I know the rest of this year is going to be insane. And we want 2023 to be the best year in the history of your family. That's why we talk about stuff like this. Facebook group, they're sending me reminders, all the stuff I was supposed to talk about. We're going to set up a Facebook group as well for faster communication. But guys, like I said, 2023, Holly and I want it to be the best year in the history of your family. We want you to win more than you can possibly understand. So as the events, both good and bad, come at us, let's respond the best way we can. Let's make 2023 the best year in the history of your family by making what we've got left of 2022 the most epic output. I'm telling you, it's coming. I can't wait to be at the IUL extravaganza in South Florida this Saturday coming.